Hello traders, today in this video we will learn about risk management, which includes how to select the quantity and where to put the stop loss. So let's start. First we will look at how to manage the risk in intraday trades, and then we will look at how to manage the trade in uh, investment for long time trades. So this is the Just Dial chart. I keep bringing this up because I think I've shown this multiple times, so everyone has an idea about this. Now, what we did is we identified this range with volume profile and that the stock was coming down. So, what we wanted to do is we buy at this level. So, the first thing is the quantity, how to select the quantity. Now, the quantity depends on your capital, and as I mentioned in the second part of the intraday trading series, that for intraday trading we only use small quantity. So for example, if we have, I'll use 1 lakh as an example in this video, that a person is trading with 1 lakh capital. And so now for this trade, for one intraday trade, I don't think we should use more than 25,000 to 30,000 of capital for one intraday trade. Now that we know where we have to buy, so what we will do is, let's say we take 30,000 and we place 2 to 3 buy orders and not a single order. So we can place some order at 357, then 355, and then like 2 3 orders we can place and wait for the market, because this whole area is the high value node, the HVN, and this whole area will provide support. And we had previous resistance at 355, which will now act as a support. So what we will do is we will place our orders, and then we have to select the stop loss. Now, how to select the stop loss for intraday? What we do is, first we use the volume profile, and then what we do is, if you remember, I told that the price, for example, if this is a volume profile, if the volume profile is something like this, then this is an HVN and this is an HVN, that is the high value node where a lot of trading has happened. So these act as support and resistance. So let's say we are buying, the price is coming down and we are buying here. So what happens is, if the price goes below this HVN, that is the price comes somewhere around here, then the price will move very fast in this low value areas and directly go to the next HVN. So the to place the stop loss, what we do is we just place the stop loss just below the HVN. So in this case, what we can see is, after around here at this level, there is not much volume, as you can see, and after this area there is not much volume, there is some volume around here, and as you can see, this price has also acted support here. So what we do is, this becomes our buying area, that we can place multiple orders here. We can use our 25,000 capital and we can place 2 to 3 orders in this area, and our stop loss becomes around somewhere around this area. So let's say we enter, our buying orders are 357, 355 and 353, then our average becomes 355. Then our stop loss is coming somewhere around 345, that is 10 rupees stop loss, and our target is coming around 10 rupees as well, because this was previous support, now will act as a resistance. So this was our trade setup, that we place 2 to 3 buy orders here, and we put a stop loss 10 rupees below, and our target becomes 10 rupees up. And if we are trading with, let's say, 30,000 rupees and we bought at 355, then we have 85 shares. So if we lose, let's say if we lose 10 rupees, then we are losing 850 rupees. So that means that we can increase our quantity size a bit, because our total capital is 1 lakh, and in one trade we can lose not more than 2%, so less than 2%. So maximum loss we can take in this particular trade with 1 lakh capital is 2000, because as a general rule we should not risk more than 1 to 2% capital in one trade. That is a general idea. So let's say we are we are okay if we lose 1500 rupees. So what you can do is we can buy another 85 quantity, and this becomes 170. So we can buy 170 quantity for this trade. So even if our stop loss is hit, we will only lose 1500 rupees. So this is how it is supposed to be done. What most of the traders will do, for example, first they'll trade the 1 lakh, they'll put all the 1 lakh in that trade, and then they will take additional leverage as well. So they'll be taking, like, let's say 3 times leverage, and they are buying 3 lakh. They are buying stuff worth of 3 lakh at price 355. So they'll buy 45 quantities, and now if the stop loss is it, they're gonna lose 8,450 rupees with 1 lakh capital, and their 8% of capital is gone. So this is the wrong way, and we should always manage our risk. And I just showed you the example. Now let's look at the same way for other example and for investment purposes. So I think I recommended Reliance. Let's go to the 4-hour chart now. So I posted a trading idea around here, that I saw this volume, this sideways market. So I was waiting for a breakout, and this was our trade. Now the stop loss comes below this accumulation. So for example, we waited for this candle and we entered at 1530. Now the stop loss has to be 1390. So this becomes around, let's say 135 rupees stop loss. This becomes 100. This becomes 140 rupees stop loss, and our target also becomes 140. For swing trading, we can even keep the target higher than 1:1 ratio and a little higher. So now how to manage this trade? Now we know that 1400 is our stop loss. 1390 is our stop loss, and our entry is at 141530. So with 1 lakh capital, maximum risk we will take is 2%. That is 2000 rupees. Okay, and our stop loss is 140 rupees. So what we do is we divide 2000 divided by 140, so which gives us 15 quantity. For if we buy 15 quantity into 1530, that becomes 23,000. So in this trade we can only buy quantity worth of 23,000 while we have 1 lakh capital. So this is how we manage the risk. Now why this is important, I'll tell you. So now let's say if the stop loss comes here, if we are placing any other stop loss, then the market is most likely will take the stop loss and then go up again. This is the actual stop loss, because here is the accumulation, and this is the accumulation by the big players. That is why we have this breakout. So they will defend their position. So if the price is coming down, they'll take it higher. And if for some reason the price goes below this accumulation, that means then it's going to fall to the next level. That is this area. It's going to fall directly to this area, because this is our last support and the next support is here. There is no volume much here, and the price can quickly fall to the downside. That is why we take proper entry, we take a proper stop loss which comes lower level. Now the stop loss is big, so the quantity decreases. This is how it works. Let's look at the other examples. They are the examples which we used in the investing strategy video. Now if we look at the PEL chart, now this is the breakout and this is the lower range. At the end we can say that the lower range was somewhere around here. So our entry is at this level. We use 50% of the capital. Now before entering we decide the stop loss. So what we do is, if our entry is around 1080, our stop loss is coming around 800 and our entry is at 1080 and our stop loss is coming at 840 rupees. So 1080 minus 840. So we have a 240 rupees stop loss. This is a very, very big stop loss. So by just guessing that we have 2000 risk to take and we have 240 stop loss. So maximum shares we can trade is 10 quantity. That's all we can trade. So if we lose the trade, then it won't affect our capital much. And this is how we do it in the positional trades, because our targets are higher than the stop losses. Generally in positional trades we'll have around 1.5:1 or 2:1 trades in the positional, while in intraday we have 1:1 trades. So if we win, we're gonna win more. That our stop loss is 240 rupees. We are trading 10 quantity, and let's say the price goes up by 400. This is 240, so let's say it goes up by 400. So we make 400 into 10, that is 4,000 rupees in this trade. With capital is 1 lakh and we are risking only 2,400 rupees for this trade. And this is the right way to do it. If we buy the entire quantity, we can buy almost 100 quantity with 1 lakh capital, around that. And if we take 240 rupees stop loss, that becomes almost 1/4 of your capital gone. And if you are placing the stop loss anywhere else other than this, then the stop loss is wrong, because that's a good stop loss which is below the accumulation zone. Let's look at one more last example. And this is UPL. Let's look at a smaller time frame even. Now here, this is our resistance, and keeping our capital again at 1 lakh rupees, maximum risk 2,000 rupees. Now in this, the actual range was this, but then the market developed another smaller range. So we can place our stop loss around 310 rupees. And our entry, the market is giving us entry at this closure, that is around 360 rupees. So stop loss is 50 rupees and risk is 2000. So that becomes 2000 divided by 50, that is equal to 40 quantity. All we can buy is 40 quantity. That becomes 40 into 360. That is just 14,400 worth of quantity. Now what we can do is, when the market is coming for a retest, we can add some more, because then our stop loss reduces, because average becomes somewhere in the below. So let's say the average is coming around 350. So we can add some more quantity as our stop loss is getting less. So now what happens is, let's say our average becomes, so we are adding at 330 and first entry was 360. So let's say our average becomes 340, just for the example. Now our stop loss becomes 30 rupees. So 2000 divided by 30, that is 66 quantity. So we can add some more quantity here, around 25-30 quantity more we can add at the retest. So if the stop loss hits, then it won't be a problem. This is important psychologically as well. Now what happens is, what people do is, uh, let's just take an example of an intraday trade. Just for example, okay, let's just take this. So let's say we have a range here, as you can see, and then we get a breakout. Now what people will do is, I'll just give a genuine example. Let's say you have 20,000 capital, 20,000 rupees capital, and you are doing intraday, and you buy here, which comes at, we'll use exact levels. So this candle closed at 434. Let's take 434. Now the stop loss, which should be here at this level, which is 424. This is a 10 rupees stop loss. This is the perfect place for stop loss, which is below this accumulation, if you are taking this for an example. Now, so this becomes rupees 10 stop loss. So what people will do is, first they will leverage, they'll leverage 2 to 3 times. They will leverage 60,000. Now they are trading with 60,000 margin, and they are buying at 434. So 60,000 divided by 434. So it becomes 138. So they'll buy 140 quantity. But just in case, let's say their stop loss is hit, which is 10 rupees stop loss. This becomes into 10. So you lose 1400 rupees with 20,000 capital, and your 7% capital is gone in this trade. So this is the wrong way. Now what we do is, we take our capital, we do multiply it by 2%. So we get 400 rupees, and we divide 400. We divide 400 by 10 rupees, that is our stop loss. Now the maximum quantity we can trade is 40 rupees. So that becomes 40 into, we buying at 434. That means we can buy worth 17,360 for the intraday trade. This is how we manage our risk. So even if the stop loss is hit with 40 quantity, if the stop loss is hit, we will lose 40 into 10, that is 400 rupees. And that is only 2% of our capital, so it doesn't hurt much. Now what happens also is that, I was talking about the psychological point, that for a small trader who has 20,000 capital, for example, if he or she starts seeing even 500 rupees loss, they start to panic. And let's just say that he used a lot of leverage, but he is doing a good trade. So as soon as he start to see 500 rupees loss, he'll exit the trade, and as soon as he exits, the market goes up, because his stop loss is wrong, or he exited the trade before the stop loss is even hit. So this is the main reason why small traders lose money in intraday, because they over leverage, their capital is too small, and they panic and they exit the trade. So, and they risk too much money for their capital. Some people even use 3% as risk, 2 to 3%, 5%. That depends on you, that how much capital is okay, that if it goes, you don't have a problem with. If you can lose 5% in a trade, then your if you can lose 5% in a trade, then you can trade with then your stop loss, then you can lose 1,000 rupees and your stop loss becomes stop loss is 10 rupees. So we get 100 quantity, we can buy 100 quantity, and even if the stop loss is it, we lose 1000 rupees. So that depends on your uh, capital and your risk appetite. That is why I do not like to post intraday trading calls on the Telegram channel, because stop loss is decided on the capital, decided on the risk, and not the exact levels. For some people, they can take a bigger stop loss as well. They like we can take even the lower swing stop loss, and we will exit the market at higher level. So that all depends on the total capital that we have and how much risk we're going to take. So I think the risk management, how to select the quantity, where to put the stop loss is clear. Uh, we'll just take one more example final. So I think everything is clear. So this is Vodafone Idea on the 4-hour chart. And we can see that very simple observation that here we had a range and then we got a breakout, and let's say we are entering at 4 rupees and 60 paise. We are going to do positional trade for 50 with, and we have 50,000 capital. Let's just say. So now our entry is 4 rupees and 60 paise. Now the stop loss comes at 3 rupees and 90 paise. So that is 4.60 minus 3.9. So it is coming 0.7 rupees stop loss. That is 70 paise stop loss. And our risk with 50,000 becomes into 2%. That is 1,000 rupees stop loss. So if we divide 1,000 by 0.7, so it comes at, let's say, 1500 quantity. So we can only buy 1500 quantity, which becomes 1500 into 4.60. That is, we can only buy shares worth rupees 6,900 rupees. If you are buying anything more than that, then most likely you will lose the trade, because if the market comes down, then you will panic and you will exit a winning trade. That is why more capital is recommended, and people with smaller capitals should not do intraday trading, because there is not enough profit margin. We need big capital. Now let's say in the same trade, let's say a person has 10 lakh capital. He has a 10 lakh rupee capital, and he is going to buy at, what is the closing of this candle? 460. What is the lower level? That is 390. Same thing. So again, the stop loss is 0.7. But now what happens is the 10%, the 2% of 10 lakh becomes how much? 20,000 rupees. So this person can lose 20,000 in one trade, which gives us, we can buy 20,000 divided by 0.7. So we can buy 28,500. Let's just take 30,000 round number for example. So we can buy 30,000 quantity, and if the price moves up, this is a positional trade. So we can set the target for 1 rupees, and if we the trade goes in our favor, then we win. We make 30,000 rupees, and which becomes 3% of our capital. So only with big capital we can make a good amount of profits. If your capital is small, then it is very difficult to make good profits. That is why it is recommended that if you are serious about the share market, then your capital should be big. If you are looking to trade with 10,000 rupees capital, it is very difficult. You cannot trade with. So let's talk about that as well. Now, a good capital for trading is at least 1 lakh, at least, for trading purposes. If you have anything less than that, then you should just invest in shares and not trade. Just put the shares and hope for a better return than the uh, other places you can get for like more than what banks give. So you can just invest your money. You have 50,000 extra spare, then you just choose some good stocks, invest in the market, let it sit for a year. So it will roughly give you more than what banks give. Bank gives around 6%. Share market can give you 20 to 30% easily. So this is how you should trade if you have less capital. If you have more capital, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or ideal will be like 5 lakh, then you can trade in the market because that gives you a good margin to place your stop loss and to make money. So this video has become too long. I'll stop here. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comments, and I hope you like this video. Thank you.